Hi, I'm Steve from Yale. This is Fran. He's the appliance insider.
Infiltrating.
We're gonna rate the new products that have come out in 2023, and with that, we're just gonna get right to it. New products. First one, KitchenAid over-the-range microwave. That's actually less deep at 12 inches. What do you think?
So again, this thing seems like it's definitely made more for aesthetics as opposed to performance. So I definitely have some concerns on how it's going to perform, and really the most important part of what it should do, venting, is my concern.
Yeah, they took a product that doesn't vent well and made it less deep, so there's less capture area, so it doesn't vent. So I give it a, what's the worst ranking you give it, a C?
C.
Yeah, C. This is like a don't buy.
Yeah, I'd go with it.
C. Okay, next one. Sub-Zero, new Sub-Zero, the new 48-inch French door with a water dispenser. They have the new split climate. What do you think?
So overall, I think Sub-Zero did a really nice job with their new lineup here. Really nice lighting, new size and style for them in that 48 French door. Single door, or I'm sorry, two doors up top, one door in the bottom. But when you open it up, really nice drawer configuration on the inside. And again, really nice job with the lighting, drawer configuration. I think it's a really nice piece.
Yeah, I think it's a great job with the new split climate, which gives you better humidity in their better temperature and humidity control in their crispers. But this wasn't like revolutionary. This is just a very good, probably the best product becoming a little bit better. So I'm going to give it an A.
Yep.
What do you think, A?
I'll give it an A.
All right. How about True, the only company that can actually compete with Sub-Zero on a commercial refrigerator? What do you think of their new products?
So really love their new products. Really, from a style and design perspective, one of the few and growing category as far as kind of colors and giving some pop into the kitchen. New into the bottom freezer category space there, but I think they really compete well. Do things a little bit different than a Sub-Zero, where it's kind of full stainless steel interior, more of that kind of professional look on the inside. I really like them.
Yeah, I like the product too. I mean, they forget the fact that probably 60% of the people put panels on it, and they can't put panels on there. But their new kind of racing car finishes, I always wanted to have a bar, just to put one of those True columns in, a nice yellow or a fire red or a green. Yeah. But I got a kid instead, so that's not going to happen. Yeah. But I'd still give them an A.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
All right, here's one for you. You haven't been around as long as I have, but I don't know if you've seen this, the Fotile sink dishwasher. It's a dishwasher that's in the sink. KitchenAid had it like 20 years ago, and they discontinued it. What do you think?
So I'm not really sold on that whole idea. I think a lot of that, we've seen the sink evolve into kind of having more space for really prepping and cleaning and things like that, where I'm not sure where kind of this fits in there. I'm not sold on the overall reliability of this as well.
I like the idea, but if it's in the sink, you may as well just wash the dishes in the sink. And I had a real problem, like what happens when it needs to be repaired. Fotile is not exactly a name brand company. I'm going to give it, as much as I like the idea, I'm going to give it a B or C. What do you think?
I'm going to give it a C.
C? All right, a little harder than me. Okay. LG 33-inch refrigerators. I mean, this is probably the most excited I've been about it. Well, probably not, but if you've got a 33-inch opening, which is pretty common, you've got like two choices. You've got like GE, and you've got, I think Fisher Paykel has one,
yeah,
and Samsung. And at one time, those were like the number 4 most searches on our website. So, but LG is good because it's they're very reliable. They're the most reliable of the ones I mentioned, other than Fisher Paykel, but Fisher Paykel doesn't have a dispenser, so we rate it differently. But I love the selection. It's also the biggest at 21 cubic feet. I'm going to give this like an S if you've got a 33-inch. For most people, doesn't matter, but for the few, I think this is going to be a great product. What about you?
Because it's such a niche category, they are, you get so many people looking in this space, even though, like you said, not everyone needs a fridge that size.
But get it.
Such limited options. LG really stands at the top of kind of features and performance there, and a lot of their freestanding refrigeration. And I think this is going to be a really good add to the category there.
All right. Here's one, the GE UltraFast washer heat pump combination. I mean, we've done a lot of things on it, but what do you think?
So we were all, I'd say, a little skeptical when this first came out, but so far it's been extremely popular. I think it's serviced really well, and some feedback that we've got even from customers so far seems like a really, really good product as far as being able to wash and dry in one cycle. Seems to really do a nice job of picking out the lint, which has been an issue for these and historically in the past. I really like this product, and I think this is a category that's going to continue to grow. And while GE is not the first one ever, it seems like they're definitely kind of the first one to make a really good product in that category.
I love the technology. You know, throwing things in the morning, having them done when you get back or before you go to bed or whatever, it's good. But unfortunately, if you do a lot of laundry, it's going to take you a lot more time. And take you a lot more time to do it because, you know, when you do your laundry, you know, you put it in the washer and then you put it in the dryer and then you reload the washer. You don't have the opportunity to do that. So you're going to be doing about twice as much laundry, twice as much load. So from a technology standpoint, and this is probably the way we're all going to buy it eventually, I'd give it an S, but in terms of actual, I'd give it an A.
Definitely could also, with the extra space, maybe have two side by side and double up the laundry that way as well. I'll give it an S. I like it. You know, long term, we'll still kind of have to see where it is because it's been a few months, but I'll give it an S. I like it.
All right, I'm going to give it an A. You give it an S. So, however they do it in the marketing side. All right, how about this one? The WashTower with a heat pump. This is kind of like, you know, we do the G versus the WashTower. It's good. It's a good. The G is a 110. This is a 220. But they're both ventless. They both have the place. I think first of all, my next door neighbor has an LG WashTower, and the thing's a work of art. But what do you think?
So it's been a really great product as far as stacked laundry in general, where it kind of gives you those controls right in the middle versus historically having to stack a dryer on top of a washer. The controls are really hard to reach. So I think just in general, that WashTower has been a really nice add to the category. And now with the heat pump version of it, and I think long term, I think we all think heat pumps can be really a lot more popular, even in that full size space. So I really like it. You know, we'll see performance long term, but so far so good, and I think it's been a great ad.
What do you think?
I'll give it a B on there, just because I'm
B. It's either an S or an A for me. So, you know, we downgraded one. Let's upgrade this one. We'll call it an A. What do you think? All right. B. All right. How about the new Bosch Dishwasher with PowerControl? Have you seen PowerControl yet?
I have.
Yeah. What do you think?
So I think it's pretty nice. And, you know, they've done it where you can really focus your wash on either the front or the back on the bottom rack of the washer. So if you have, you know, those really kind of heavy, dirty pans, glass dishes, things like that you can really focus that power on there. If you have the app as well, you can download and really split that into 4 quadrants as well. So really cool and kind of unique there in that space. And I think it's going to be really good for those really kind of heavy duty, dirty dishes that have historically been really hard to clean.
Yeah, I mean, you know, first of all, I think having the ability to put more intensity on like a lasagna pan so you don't have to bake it out, I think it's a good idea. I love the drying cycle. The crystal dry is the best. So I think it's good washing and good drying. What do you think?
So I would give it an A there.
Would you give it an A or an S?
I think I'd go with an A.
We'll go an A.
Grader.
Okay, A it is. Beko SquareIntense. You ever seen this thing wash? They have like the open thing. I think this is the most underrated dishwasher we sell, to be quite honest with you. This thing's got everything. It's 39 decibels. It's got the SquareIntense. It's got the ionizer, so it sends out pulses, negative ions, which cancels out the positive ions, so it doesn't of odors. You know, it pops open at the end, so it dries really well. What do you think?
Yeah, that's the big thing is that kind of corner, kind of getting every center, every corner of that dishwasher. Make sure you get a really good clean. Again, full stainless interior with that European system there and a full 2-year warranty on the Beko as well. I really like them.
Yeah. Problem is that they'll never sell versus a Bosch. So they're lowering their prices from, they were at $13.99. Now they're at $10.99 with the free install. So they're really like $8.99.
Yeah, with the mail-in rebates,
I would say it's an A or a B. What do you think?
Give it an A.
Give it an A? Yeah, at $13.99 to give it a B. At $10.99 with the free install, I give it an A. All right, Samsung Bespoke. I mean, this is like the you know, I got barbecued. I did a problems video on Samsung Bespoke. I don't know if you've seen the new one. This one's the white glass, but they have one coming out supposedly next year that we saw at KBIS that you're going to be able to upload a photograph and have that be your fridge front. What do you think?
So the way it was originally introduced, kind of with the different panels and color panels that have to be replaced when you want to do it, I'm not a huge fan of that, and I think it can just be long-term more, not necessarily maintenance, but more work for the customer to have to make those changes. And I don't know if it's one of those things that a customer is really going to ever go through that step to make those, to do that.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it because typically when you talk about a kitchen plan, it's your stove and your hood that are the focal point. That's the central part. You know, you move from your sink to your stove. Classic design. The refrigerator's out, can be anywhere. It shouldn't be centralized because you don't need to be in your refrigerator the way you need to stir on that. The problem I had with Bespoke is they had navy, black stainless, which you shouldn't buy because it peels. Tuscan bronze, because bronze in any color has failed miserably in appliances. I mean, I've been here for coffee, oil rubbed, it just doesn't work. But they did it, they finally did it in white, a color, and they executed it well. So I like it in white, and I like it when it comes out, so you can be creative. I wonder if people do it, but I would give it an A, in white or another. But the Bespoke and other finishes, I'd give it a B. And the multicolored refrigerator thing, I just don't like it. But for people, some people do. You know, they want something a little different. So I would give, I'd give the Bespoke an A.
The uniqueness of it's definitely a unique product.
You need to worry about the service aspect of it, but we're rating on new design. All right, here's one for you. The Bosch HIS 3655. It's the new 36-inch induction. What do you think?
So really nice to kind of more of that European look, flush kind of to the cabinets there. I like it. I would say, you know, from a oven size and cavity size and performance, you know, there could definitely be some bigger options there depending on what you're looking for. If it's more of that European, Italian style look, I think it gives you a nice look, but I think there could be in that 36-inch space, you know, bigger sizes if you're looking for something larger there.
So diplomatic. You know, it's funny, again, I've been here longer than you, but how long have you been here?
8 years.
You know, we've carried the Italian brands over time. It's like being jilted by a lover. You know, it's just you know, the repair and this isn't made by Bosch. It's made by Smeg, and I love Smeg from a design standpoint. I worry about the function, quite honestly. I worry about the repair, the service, and it's only 3.7 cubic feet in the oven. You can buy an LG 30-inch at 6.3. We made a bigger oven and a bigger size. We get a much smaller oven. I mean,
it's really that depth.
I love the look. I'm concerned about everything else. What are you rating it?
I'd give it a B.
I'd give it a C. What do you think? Brad, what do you think?
I think C. I'm worried about long-term reliability.
Tiebreaker.
All right, tiebreaker, Brad. All right. How about this one, the Thermador Induction, the PRI 3, it's either 30 or 36. I put the 36 down, but what do you think?
Yeah, so this is kind of the opposite there. I think this is a really, really nice piece. Kind of still not a ton of options in that 36-inch professional style with induction. I think Thermador is going to be a huge addition to that category. They make really nice induction cooktops in general, where they have kind of that
the Liberty.
Exactly, where they have kind of you can do the rectangular shape there. You can use them as 4 different burners as well. I think it's going to be a really good product. They have a really nice oven in there as well. I really like the Thermador.
You can do, the great thing is you can use them both as, like, if you've got odd sizes, you can use them both as griddles. You know, if you make rice and you want to boil it, strain it, warm it, you can do it by just pushing it back, and you can preset them. I like that. Oven size is a little bit small, single convection. You know, the Miele is twin. Wolf has got their verticross. Love the top. Oven, okay, what do you think?
Give it an A.
I'd give it a B. What do you think, A? Brad?
Tiebreaker.
It's up to you guys.
It's also $10,000.
Sure, as a package, you can use some of those promotions, but...
All right, fine, I'll give it an A. BlueStar Dual Fuel was introduced, launched. Now they have their 30-inch as well as their 36 and 48-inch. Still not a 60. What do you think?
I really love this product. I think it's been really kind of Not a ton of really new dual fuel brands that have come out lately, but BlueStar, which has historically been known for that professional open burner, really powerful, 25,000 BTU. They've taken that burner style and put that into their dual fuel with kind of that star-shaped burner with really kind of good in and out flame there. They've done a really nice job. The control panel is really nice. Custom colors that you can do there, really from anything that you can imagine from a color perspective. I think they have really everything there from performance, design, function. It's a really nice product. I like it.
It's so weird. You know, this is a company that said they'll never put a clock on anything because a true chef doesn't need a clock and timer. That they'll never do a seal burner on a high output platinum series because it could never get that high. And then they end up doing both. You've got a really nice clock and timer, and you've got, you know, they've taken that Thermador story, which I'm not sure I believe, you know, the star burner, they made it the 8-prong, whatever they call it, 8-prong star burner. And it's still 25,000 BTU, so it's the hottest burner. It's got a good, it's got a good oven. It's got a good clock and timer, and you can buy it in colors. Yeah. I mean, you know, we're sitting in an all stainless kitchen. I get it. You know, it matches everything, but it'd be nice to have a color or two.
Yeah, great oven size as well for kind of those big kind of professional.
Yeah, they always
style.
put the professional. What do you think?
Yeah. I'll give it an S there, just for the innovation of it. I give it an S.
I'd give it an S too. What the heck? You know, it's family owned, American made, deserves an S.
There we go. We've agreed.
That's the end for products, new products for 2023. We'll do one for 2024. Hope you like the format. If you like it, please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.